Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value my holistic process. And today, well actually right now, we have not even reached the full moon yet. So we're still building into that full moon energy, but chances are by the time you watch this, we will be in it or near it or right past it. So we will definitely have that energy still presiding over the day. Really strong Pisces energy working us today, especially as the moon and Neptune reach a conjunction. And that's not even the biggest thing today, but that still, it has its power. The power in that is really honoring your intuition. Cat hair tickling my nose, making me crazy. I was going to try to leave it, but it is making me crazy. Anyway, finding our flow, our personal empowerment in that energy. And again, source of the cat hair. It's what happens when you bury your face into the kitty fur. Intuition, really strong intuition, but also, in this full moon energy, it still could be bringing up some energies that need to be processed and released, especially on the emotional scale. So do be aware of that. Also, gosh, we have so much today. We have our Venus Saturn opposition happening today, and this is being squared, not exactly, but squared by Mars energy. So we definitely have this cardinal T-square, which can lead to some tension. Now, sometimes when I don't feel like I have like the full download to come record, I'll be like sitting here on my phone and being like, scroll, look. And I was watching stories on Instagram, my new favorite pastime, and Adelaide Marcus was talking about, she made a statement. It was basically that empowerment doesn't have to be a statement. Empowerment can also be like the freedom in your decision. And that feels so strongly aligned with this Venus Saturn opposition with Mars squaring it. Now again, oppositions can be a push-pull of energies, but they can work together. Unfortunately, the world's version of Capricorn has kind of taken over. That society energy, do what you should, responsibility, work 9 to 5, American dream. And in the process, that energy has bulldozed a lot of our intuition, creativity, the yin energies, our compassion, all of that. All of that can be lost in the climb to reach the top or climb to reach that American dream. And yet in this opposition, my feeling is Saturn, in its divine purpose energy, is inviting that yin, inviting Venus, our creativity, our intuition, our needing each other. It's inviting it back into that fold. But we have to be aware where we are still causing that division, where we are still climbing the ladder. Still got the cat fur. Climbing that ladder, stepping on anybody on our way to success in the name of the shoulds, or in the name of responsibility, or even in the name of purpose, because sometimes we repurpose our purpose into that kind of energy. So awareness of that is very potent and powerful in this. How can you choose to honor your yin? Now, everybody's going to have various levels of yin that they feel comfortable with at this time, or even that they can excel into. We're meant to have some kind of balance, but where are you being called into rest, or into dancing, or into compassion, or into listening to your intuition, or doing things in a less than structured manner? Where are you called into that energy? Now, there may be some conflict in this. Venus over the next several days will be building into this direct square with Mars. So Venus and Mars, the yin and yang energy squaring each other. So we're still going to be dealing with some uncomfortable edges with this in ourselves, some friction. Just did a patron video and the friction card came, and definitely may feel friction in that. We also may have that come up in relationship and see where we are still not comfortable with these energies in relationships. So be aware of that in there. But my feeling is that Mars, it can ignite the inner fires, ignite the inner frustrations, being in this square, especially as Mars is winding down into this retrograde. Mars is like, before I go in, I'm not going without a fight. So do be aware of that in this energy. Also, sparking things up is we have the Sun trining Uranus. So Uranus is like, oh, you have some worth triggers? Here, let me poke them for you. So we may be triggered around our worth, around money stuff, even around our choices. Again, to live a holistic lifestyle, people don't necessarily understand that, especially when you're approaching it from a different manner. If you're approaching something from the body perspective and they're approaching something from the mind perspective, not going to see eye to eye. So do be aware of that. And yet, how do you keep moving? How do you keep valuing your personal holistic perspective, your personal holistic experience, your personal holistic needs in and through this energy? Let's see, what else do we got going on? Whew, in and through all this. Moon. Oh yeah, Moon. Moon is then like, hey, let me connect into this Jupiter, Pluto stuff going on as well. So Moon connecting to Jupiter, Moon connecting to Pluto. Pluto one is the one I'm feeling. This energy, like I said, it feels like if you've ever lived in California or anywhere out west that has those hot, dry, like danger conditions, it feels like that. It feels like a match can set off a fire in these energies because it is emotional, because there is stuff coming up from the past, because there are these triggers, and even because there's meant to be healing in and through this, and these energies, they come up to be healed. So do be aware of that. That Pluto energy aligning with Neptune, it's offering us transformation, but again, it could also light that fire. Jupiter is still holding the space like, what do you want to create? What is the magic you're calling in? Especially again, as Neptune and the Moon align, what is the magic that you would like to call in? And we can keep going back to that to keep help moving us forward. Here we have the Awareness card, which is the Chariot card, to keep having us move forward even through the dry tinder. We are moving forward. But we got some of this going on. I've got the Suppression card in here. I've got the Lovers card in reverse. I told you that friction, Mahalo agrees, the friction between Venus and Mars incoming, between the Mars retrograde and the square that we're building into. We really do need to utilize our yin energies, our compassion to help move us through. How can you utilize that Venus in Cancer? Up your self-care so that you're not a crispy timber waiting to go off. And that's where I'm going to leave it. You don't have to be a crispy tinder waiting to go off. I have a little story that reminds me of. One time, when Joe and I were early in our relationship and we were in a hotel due to all the family stuff, he had SpongeBob playing, or I did. We both like SpongeBob. And it said on there, I'm not a crusty crab. And so when either of us are feeling like a crispy tinder, I am not a crusty crab is what comes out. So you don't have to be a crispy tinder. This is hard, all the words. Or a crusty crab, you know. Really dedicate these energies to yourself and noticing those triggers. How can you tend to yourself holistically? How can you show you value yourself by showing up for yourself holistically? Okay, so I'm leaving that there. Good luck in through this. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And stay curious. Namaste.